Welcome back. Today we're going to learn about adverbs, and we're going to learn about how to make our own. So far, we've only learned a few common adverbs which are used to add description to a verb or a phrase or even another adverb. However, many descriptive verbs can also be changed into adverbs. This can be done by taking a descriptive verb stem and attaching 게. For example, 늦다 means to be late, and it can be changed into the adverb 늦게, meaning late. So you can get this sentence. 선생님이 수업을 늦게 시작했어요. The teacher started class late. However, not all adverbs made with this form will sound natural. And there is one more form that we'll learn about in a moment. But just using what we've learned so far, let's take a look at several example sentences using some adverbs that came out of descriptive verbs. 저는 보통 아침을 늦게 먹어요. I usually eat breakfast late. 빌리 씨는 행복하게 웃었어요. Billy smiled happily. 저는 행복하게 살고 싶어요. I want to live happily. Or more naturally just, I want to live a happy life. 제가 사장님이라서 매일매일 바쁘게 일하고 있어요. I am working busily day after day because I am the boss. Note that when it's used with the 서 form, 이다 to be can become either 이어서 or 이라서 after a consonant, or 여서 or 라서 after a vowel. Both of these sets will have the same meaning. Also, 아니다 to not be in the same way can become either 아니어서 or 아니라서, and these have the same meaning too. 선생님이 시험을 너무 어렵게 만드셨어요. The teacher made the test too difficult, or literally too difficultly. Here, 어렵게 describes how the teacher made the test. 초아 씨는 항상 예쁘게 말해요. 초아 always speaks pretty, or literally prettily. 우리 누나는 좀 못생겼지만 무섭게 똑똑해요. My older sister is a little bit unattractive, but she's scarily smart. Here, 무섭게 is like saying she's so smart it's scary. 영화가 완벽하게 끝났어요. The movie ended perfectly. However, if the descriptive verb ends with 하다, and a lot of them do, it can become an adverb either by attaching 게 to become 하게, or it can change into 히. Here are some examples. 천천히 means slowly, but saying 천천하게 would sound awkward and wrong. 조용하다, meaning to be quiet, becomes an adverb as 조용히, quietly, not 조용하게. 위험하다, to be dangerous, becomes 위험하게, dangerously, not 위험히. 안전하다, to be safe, can become either 안전하게, safely, or 안전히, safely. 완전하다, to be complete, can become either 완전히, completely, or 완전하게, completely. 강하다, to be strong, can become 강하게, strongly, not 강히. And 약하다, to be weak, can become 약하게, weakly, not 약히. So it's best to learn these adverbs separately. You can check a dictionary to confirm them, as some descriptive verbs ending with 하다 will only use one way or the other. But remember that a lot of adverbs don't end with 게 or 히, and we've already learned some of these, such as 더, meaning more, 빨리, meaning quickly, or 아주, meaning very. Here are just a few more that you can use. 실수로 means by accident or mistakenly. And 일부러 means on purpose or intentionally. 제 숙제를 실수로 버렸어요. I threw away the homework by accident. 저는 일부러 빨리 했어요. I did it quickly on purpose. 잠시 or 잠깐 means a brief moment. And we learned the expression 잠시만요 to say excuse me when moving past someone or a crowd. 잠깐, however, is used more often in informal speech. 잠시만 기다려 주세요. Please wait a moment. 잠깐 기다려. Wait a second. 혼자서 means alone without others. The 서 here is optional. 저는 혼자서 서울에서 살고 있어요. I am living alone in Seoul. Next, let's talk about 재밌다 and 맛있다. First, 재미가 있다 can become 재미가 있게, which means in a manner that is entertaining or fun. Or a more natural translation would just be to enjoy doing something. For example, 그 연극을 정말 재밌게 봤어요. I really enjoyed watching that play. 정말 그 교과서를 재밌게 봤어요? Really? Did you enjoy reading that textbook? 어제 친구랑 재밌게 놀았어요. I enjoyed hanging out with my friend yesterday. 맛이 있다 can become 맛이 있게. This means in a manner that tastes delicious. But a more natural translation is also just to enjoy. 라면을 맛있게 먹었어요. I enjoyed the ramen. 맛있게 드세요. Enjoy the meal. Or literally, eat deliciously. Okay, so using the concepts that we've learned today about adverbs, let's look at an example conversation between a mother and her daughter. First, the mother says, 이따가 손님들이 올 건데 식탁이 진짜 더러워. After a little while, some guests will come, and the table is really dirty. Note, 진짜 can be used like 정말 as an adverb to mean really. Or it can also be used as an adjective before a noun to mean real. However, 진짜 can only be used in informal speech. 좀 닦아줘, Please wipe it a bit, okay? 깨끗하게, cleanly, or so that it's clean. 네, 알겠어요. Okay, I got it. 누가 와요? Who is coming? 이모랑 삼촌. Your aunt and uncle. 이모 is an aunt on the mother's side of the family. If you want to refer to the father's side specifically, you can use 고모, which also means aunt. And 삼촌, meaning uncle, is for the father's side. And 외삼촌 is for the mother's side. Note, however, it's not necessary to use 고모 or 외삼촌 unless you need to be specific. So if you don't need to be specific, just use 이모 and 삼촌. 진짜요? Really? 삼촌은 아기도 데리고 올 거예요? Will uncle also bring the baby? 그건 모르겠는데 아마도? I wouldn't know about that. Maybe? 아기도 데리고 오면 좋겠어요. I hope that they bring the baby too. Literally, it would be good if they also bring the baby. 그 아기 진짜 귀여워요. That baby is really cute. 너를 많이 닮아서 그래. It is so, or it is that way, because the baby resembles you a lot. 고마워요. 히히. Thank you. 히히.
이따가 손님들이 올 건데 식탁이 진짜 더러워. 좀 닦아줘. 응? 깨끗하게. 네, 알겠어요. 누가 와요? 이모랑 삼촌. 진짜요? 삼촌은 아기도 데리고 올 거예요? 그건 모르겠는데. 아마도? 아, 아기도 데리고 오면 좋겠어요. 그 아기 진짜 귀여워요. 너를 많이 닮아서 그래. 고마워요.
But before we go, a few notes. This K ending, which we've learned in this lesson, literally means so that. So in this sentence, 행복하게 살고 싶어요. It literally means I want to live so that I am happy. And we learned that 있다, to exist, can change into an adverb as 있게. However, 없다, to not exist, instead becomes 없이, meaning without. 없이 can be used directly after a noun, without the subject marker. For example, 친구 없이 혼자서 노는 것은 하나도 재미가 없어요. Hanging out alone without friends is not fun at all. Literally, not even one. 오늘은 청소기 없이 청소를 했어요. Today I cleaned without a vacuum cleaner. 돈 없이 못 살아요. I can't live without money. So in this lesson, we learned a lot more about adverbs as well as how we can make our own. So practice everything here and I'll see you again in the next lesson. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.